Good afternoon and welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS, with your host, Bob Pace. This is the afternoon show that I've found 3 times a day, 7 days a week, month after month, year after year. I started this CPS live stream back in October 2023. And since around the first year, I've gone from 2 days every day to 3 times every day. I'm on at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 to 9, and then at the afternoon from 1 to 2, in the evening from 6 to 7. Those times are all the west coast of California. That's where I'm broadcasting live from Surf City, USA, south of Los Angeles. And you found me either through the Facebook pages or the YouTube pages or just surfing the internet. Fight CPS is everywhere. It's sad that we have to say that to fight CPS, but there's some bad entities. There's easily 2,000 bad entities out there. In the counties, there's only 3,200. Now, with local police, there's a lot more police departments. There's more like 18,000. That's not counting the sheriffs or the state police, the county sheriffs or the state police. A lot of CPS matters are handled by the sheriffs, so I'm still trying to get a more accurate account. But it's a lot more police departments than there are CPS departments. The reason why Metro Police, they seem to be a part of CPS's antics. They use police to create unrest, to create anxiety among families that are trying to break up. They do all this breakup for a reason. It's about money. They want money. In order to have money, they need to have a child in custody. Not only that, if they want more money, like a special needs child, their goal is to make trillions of dollars every year, and they do. And then the federal government sends billions to the state, and the state in turn sends millions to the county. So the county is never without money. In fact, there's a lot of cases going on where there's an embezzlement of money. One example is Richmond, Kentucky. $1 million went unaccounted for, and they found that $600,000 was taken by a social worker embezzling funds. That's wrong. Corruption within corruption. Now, more than half of the CPS entities are corrupt too. I know that very realistically because I did some simple math. I've talked to about 2,600 people. I average about 3 new people a day. And of that 2,600 people, I think 100 all outside the United States. Like the lady from South Africa, Leica Hartenberg, or the man from Nova Scotia, or the English lady from Leeds, England. Everybody, where you're internationally in other countries or the United States, they said they encountered a bad CPS entity, a rogue entity. Now, it has many different names for all the 1,344 counties. Some of the names are Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS. That's in Los Angeles County, next door to the county that I was involved in, Orange County. And theirs is called the Child Protection Services. Then in Prescott, Arizona, it's DCS, Department of Children's Services. And in Kentucky, it's called the Cabinet. And by the way, I have another person from Kentucky. That was great. Now, if you want to participate with this live stream, all you have to do is give me your first name and then type something about CPS, either a comment or a question. That's all there is to it. I work best when there's a lot of people involved. I work best. Thank you for the emoji, the thumbs up. That's nice. I love hearts. I love stars. I love smiley faces. So thank you. Now I have several things I do during my show. One, I talk about my 5 rules. My 5 rules that help you keep CPS off your back. Also, I help you find an attorney, get legal counsel for legal representation. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm just a good man that has a lot of knowledge and life skills that he's gained over 61 years of working in life. I started working at age 15. And 61 years later, I've worked a lot of different jobs. You want to know my age? Is that 15 and 61? You get my age. Hi, John Tate. John Hartle is from Butford, Pennsylvania. It's a little small town in Pennsylvania. He has an extremely bad case. His child, who's special needs child at 14, has run away from home all the time. And CPS is coming down hard on them because the parents are failing to protect their son from neglect. They say neglect is him not being able to control his son when he runs out of the house. But since they've taken his son away from he and his wife, they've done mean things to his son. They've really harmed him in foster care, which is bad. Do you have any new questions for me, John? And how's that new lawyer that you hired out of Colorado working out? Now, John's one of my regular partners. He has his wife, Georgia, too. That's right. He's not in foster care. He's in a behavioral health clinic that the child protection system put him in. I think they call themselves CY something. CYS, maybe? Children Youth Services. When was the last time you had visitation? Are you getting visitation regularly? John says we'll find out on Thursday that the hearing hopefully comes through. Now, is your new attorney going to work? Is the new attorney from Colorado going to work on that? CYS, Children's Youth Services, is CPS and Beaufort, Pennsylvania. What is this court hearing for? You should know what it is. We have a right to have it, but you said at the first hearing they took away your medical rights. Hello, Leon Brookman. You're from Michigan. Welcome. What city in Michigan? Or what county in Michigan? Hmm. I'm glad you guys are calling in or texting in because the show goes a lot better. So far, we have John from Pennsylvania, Leanne from where's Leanne from? Leanne is from Leanne is from somewhere. Michigan. There she is. And what part of Michigan? I'm good. John got an attorney and he's supposed to be up there helping out the case. Well, I'm glad you did, John. We need to keep in touch so I know how it goes. Plus, you got me as a backboard in case there's any questions or any concerns. Now, when you come in here and you want to text a comment or have a question about CPS, please do so. It's really simple. You have a little box that says post a comment, and there you go. You put it in there and it posts it. And when I start to have some comments, then I put my comments up there so everybody can see the comments. You can see the ones from John and Leanne are up there. Leanne Brookman, yes, Leanne Brookman. Well, I'm going to say a special prayer that goes well for you, John, because I know how much you love your son. I think his behavior has caused you undue hardship with the family. Thank you, John. I do want to help you. I really do. Now, John says his wife, who's Georgia, has already told the lawyer that he's to do his best, or she'll take him to the board and have his license suspended. I understand due diligence. It's DUE, not dude in diligence. And I think the word diligence is a lot different than the other word you used. But it's okay. It's okay. We all make typo errors. We're not perfect. Yeah, she's using a court appointed attorney. And if he doesn't do due diligence or neglect, she'll sue him. She'll report him to the state bar and have his license removed. What else you got for me, John? What else you got for me? Hmm. And thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up from all you beautiful people out there. I love the emojis. You can also send smiley faces and stars too. Now I have a thing scrolling at the bottom of my page It says I'm not an attorney. I'm not Mr. Davis. I'm not an attorney. Mr. Davis works for me as an attorney, and he's well experienced in dependency law, family law, and juvenile law. He's been doing this fighting cases for over 40 years, and he's got back thousands of children back to the parents. So he's well worth anything you got to pay him and well worth his time. Now, he can be reached at his office. Vincent W. Davis is his office. You call 888-888-6582. They'll get into reception, and then from reception, you say you want to speak to Mr. Davis. And when you speak to Mr. Davis, you should tell him the first words that Bob Pace turned me on to you. I mean, he recommended you. So you got to make sure he hears that from you. Hello, Felicia Carilla from Oxnard. Good day to you too. A happy Sunday. So glad to see Felicia's. She's a special lady. She's been with me a long time. Probably a good year. She lost her 2 babies, and luckily they're not in foster care. I think they're with her dad, her biological dad, or stepdad. Maybe need a clarification. Well, it is a sunny day, Felicia. Felicia has sort of a bad luck. Not only were her 2 children stolen from her over a year ago, wrongfully accused, her brothers turned completely against her. Her brother was a Navy chief in the Navy, and he's been nothing but a terrorizer to her. Mm. Now, John says, no, it's not. It's our lawyer that we got from Colorado. She laid it down to him and told him what she expects. Well, you can't use the same lawyer. You have to be represented by separate lawyers in a court of law. Good. Christina Reynosa from Las Vegas, Nevada, who's a friend of ours in this room, has an action plan that she's told Felicia to follow suit Monday. I'm glad you're tackling the list there, Felicia. I know you're tackling the list. Her problem is she has her case with CPS involving her twins. Then she was wrongfully evicted from the house that she grew up in and was taking care of her mom. Her mom needs her for assisted living. Her mom has Alzheimer's, has a hard time remembering things. But he booted her out of the house and threw away her belongings, including the paperwork from the court trials. The other thing she has is trespassing for sleeping in a car. When she was booted out, she asked a friend if she could sleep on the empty car in the lot, and the friend said yes, but now the friend's reneging. Okay. Let me see if I understand this, John. We got the lawyer for her. I have the free one. Okay. John has taken a court appointed. Have you told that court appointed attorney that he needs to work? If he doesn't, that you'll file a claim against his bar license at the state capitol of Pennsylvania. Furthermore, you can sue him for negligence. Now, the other attorney he got for his wife in Colorado. Well, after paying him $3,000, I hope he's not bogus. You're supposed to contact 5 attorneys. 3 of them you interview, and 3 of them you ask the questions. I gave you one of them, Vincent Davis. And those 2 very important questions, you answered yes to both of them. But you guys are paying a lot of money for him, so you got to make sure he works. And if that lawyer does bad, then she tells that lawyer, look, I'm paying you. I will sue you for negligence, for malpractice. You're going to fight for us and get her child back. But Felicia says, but what did Felicia want? You got an action plan for Christina? I tried to tackle the tasks on the list. But the contact info wasn't going through. So I looked up the info on Google and left voicemails. But no one's followed up yet. Okay, well, you have to keep pursuing at it, Felicia. You have to keep pursuing it at it. Now, John says his court-appointed attorney has not yet got a hold of me. I've been trying to get a hold of him, not yet. Okay, in order to talk to an attorney in CPS that's court-appointed, is you're going to have to meet them at their courthouse, and in between their court hearings, they'll have 5 minutes they'll give you. That's about it. You'd be lucky if you get any more than 5 minutes. They're packed so heavy by CPS that their caseload is so bad. You know, they have 30 to 50 clients, and that's way too much for an attorney to handle. Well, you told that to the attorney you hired, but you need to tell that to your court-appointed attorney. Now, Felicia in Oxnard, California says the mental and emotional impacts all this has taken on me. It's incredible. I understand, Felicia. I understand. I believe you. But thank you for the comments and the questions, Felicia. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Same with you, John. I appreciate it having something to answer in here. We have Leanne Brookman from Michigan, but I haven't heard anything further from her. I don't know what city she's from or what about her case or how I can help her. Now I have about 25 minutes left. It's 1:30. My show ends at 2:00. And we've got some questions. That's great. I have John and Felicia and Leanne Bookman from Michigan. She says the Child Protection Services railroaded me. I gave all the documents. Well, you only give her copies. You only give her copies. You keep the originals. You give her copies there. Leanne? Okay, Felicia. You left voicemails. Good. You need to write down an instant timeline. You need to write down everything that's happened so you can document it, Felicia. Well, you have to follow up. Give it a day and do follow up. Okay. All right, John. Understood. Felicia says, I don't even know what to ask at this point. Ha ha ha. I feel like you've given me and everyone all the info you've given to me. And despite all this advice I've taken, I'm not sure if I'm doing something right. It's okay. It's a slow process. Fighting CPS is a slow process. But at least you're doing something. Every day you should look at what you accomplished. I'm not confused. You've told me your real attorney that you paid a $3,000 retainer. Your wife is that attorney's representing your wife, and you've taken on the court appointed attorney, and you guys were having a transaction money on a balance sheet, and that's not been still finished. Don't get confused, Sean. Not going to get confused. Felicia says in Oxnard, or if the people forces against me are prevailing without any interference, I just feel really discouraged. I did all the documentation. Don't feel discouraged. Everything is important. Your child someday will thank you. You're twins. And Felicia's talking about her handful of notebooks that her brother threw away. Well, I hope you still have them, Felicia. I still don't know if you have or not. And John says he'll get a Zoom visit with your son. That's a start. Tomorrow, then face-to-face visits on Thursday for an hour. Is the face-to-face visits, you see him live, not over camera. That's great news, John. Now, Felicia Corella says, all the evidence I've accumulated is all gone. Well, there's copies in the courthouse. You can't get copies of anybody signing or sending you anything. I keep bouncing around. I don't know why I'm getting knocked out. Oh no, your laptop's gone? Well, didn't you record it in the cloud? Don't you have your documentation backed up in your cloud? That's free if you have a Microsoft account. Anytime you have a computer, make sure the material is backed up on your computer. Thursday, you get to do what? To hug it out. What do you mean, hug it out? You mean your case is open for Thursday? Now, I've mentioned about the key to success is attorney. That's why John's got an attorney for his wife because a court appointed attorney isn't going to do it for you. You'll find out the hard way. You'll find out the hard way. And I have an attorney that I've hired, and I've known him for over 15 years. And he has been fighting CPS for over 39 years. Close to 40 years he's been fighting CPS. I'm sorry, Felicia, I wish I could buy you a laptop. Okay, Thursday's the big day. You meet your attorney, the one that you hired from Colorado to defend your wife. That's really good. Now, going back to hiring an attorney, fighting CPS without an attorney is like doing open heart surgery by yourself or with a mechanic. They don't know how to do surgery on the heart. You need a real doctor. A doctor's gone to medical school, passed his license, and he can take care of the surgery because he'll have to do an internship and then have to mentor another doctor. It may be 10 years before he do any performance on his own. Now we're about 20 minutes away from the end of my live stream. Does anybody have any more questions or comments? All you have to do is type in your first name, type me a question or a comment. Also, the city or state you're from. If you're outside of the United States, put your city and country. Now, so far, I've had John and Felicia. And Leanne Brookman from Michigan talking in my room. You people are like family. When you're in here and participating, you make the live stream go a lot better. Now I have two people in the room. I still don't have any questions, comments, except for Felicia and John and Brookman from Michigan. Leanne Brookman. Now the questions, comments have stopped now. I'm still here. I'm still here, and there's 24 minutes left of the show. It's 1:40. The show's over at 2:00. 20 minutes left. So get your comments in. Now I was talking a little bit about my rules. The important thing of an attorney. Without an attorney, you're never going to get your kids back. The attorney help you with guidance of how to put up with their plan and what they want to do and so forth. Now, what is your game plan, John? You need to hit them hard. You need to think it all out. Now, don't discuss your game plan here because I know there's listening eyes and listening ears. I'm glad you got all this evidence that you've accumulated. Well, you say it's all gone. Oh, dear. Dear, dear, dear. Well, you can get copies of it. You go to the courthouse, speak to the clerk, and tell them you need copies. Tell them that you're destitute and you can't afford to pay for copies. Here. Okay, and then I um really want to help you, and you can do that by sending me questions and comments. Also by hiring Mr. Davis, the attorney I hired. He is one of the best. He has 40 years of experience. Yes, he's expensive. In LA County, he is $5,000 for retainer and $550 an hour. And that's the home base. It gets a lot more expensive if he has to go outside of the state. I'm just surprised you guys got an attorney from Colorado that fly from Colorado to Pennsylvania to defend you in CPS matters. He must be a good attorney, and I hope he is. I hope he is, John. I hope he is. Now we have about 15 minutes left, and my live stream will surely end. It will surely end. Now, what I mean by hiring Mr. Davis is that You can at least talk to him. You can reach at his office at 888-888-6582. When you reach the office, you'll reach reception. Make sure you tell them that Bob Pace sent you. Then when you finally do get a chance to talk to Mr. Davis, then tell him that I sent you. That Bob Pace sent you. John further says, we're just making sure right now we got all our ducks in a row for Thursday's hearing. I do too. I know I want you to talk to me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday up to Thursday. We'll go over your hearing and what you need to do and what not to say. I'll help you. I will help you. Anybody that has a CPS matter that needs help, I will help them as best as I can. As best as I can. Now, when you hire Mr. Davis and you talk to him, there's always two important questions to ask of any attorney. You need to find at least five. Three of them you're going to interview. And the two questions are, one, are you trained in dependency law, family law, and juvenile law, and won cases against CPS? The answer is yes. The second question is, after the case is over, have you ever sued CPS and won back money? The answer is yes. Then you got yourself a candidate for attorney. Now you may look at the pro bono ones that do it for no cost or very little cost. Be awful careful of what you get. Now we have about 14 minutes left. Boy, that's a long minute. I thought it just says 15 minutes late, and then I look at the clock, and it looks like only minutes moved. Now, when you get the answer to the second question, yes, and you got to answer the first question, that's a good candidate. You need to get at least two more people like that. You find five, you interview three, and you hire one. And the reason why you want to meet them is you want to establish the chemistry. If your chemistry is not good, you won't like your attorney. I hope your Sunday is a good one. I really do hope you get Mr. Davis, because I did. He helped me get my two boys back. He's a very crafty and very well attorney, and he does civil lawsuits. But everything you do costs money. There's some people are less than others, some unfortunate people. Now look at the clock now. It's almost 2 o'clock, and that means my time is ticking downward. And I still don't have any questions or comments. I've had some in the beginning, but they've disappeared. John's written one. It says, I already went off on the CYS person, that's the CPS person, at the courthouse after a hearing that we had. Her was doing nothing but lying in my lawyer just sat there and didn't say or nothing. So I had to say to it. Then after that, next hearing, they had 5 sheriffs. Wow, Pennsylvania sheriffs are in the courtroom. That's not intimidation. I don't know what is. When I showed up to have my house inspected, there was a police detective that I was following that told me to come home, ordered me to go home, and ordered me to open up the house. But there's only a small portion of the living room that was with the boxes and the furniture. John further said I went off on the children youth services person at the courthouse after hearing that we had. He was doing nothing but lying in my lawyer. Just sat there and didn't say nothing. So I had to say to it. Then after that, the next hearing, they had 5 sheriffs in there. Probably because maybe you're a hostile. They wanted to have the protection in the courtroom. Are you allowed to in Pennsylvania see your court case? I was allowed to after the decisions were made. Now that CSYS caseworker had me so mad, I told him I just wanted to rip his face off. Yep, I can recognize that. Good. Self-control and self-discipline are very important. It really is. Now my rooms have reloaded again and repeated repetitious things. I'm sorry that's there. Now I'm going to wrap up my live stream because it's almost time to go. Um, I want to thank all the I want to thank John Harte from Pennsylvania, Burke County, Pennsylvania. Well, there's a video that will follow me in the end. It's a good video, set the tone and the mood, and you enjoy it. I'm glad you think about your son, John. I do the same thing thinking about my daughter that's been kidnapped from me for over 6 years. Doesn't even want to know her father, her brothers, her mother, or any of the people that are in her life. So I'm thanking again John Hartig and from Pennsylvania, Felicia from California. We had another person from California, I think, tonight too. Um, it's not that girl; it's the other girl. Yeah, Felicia Krill Renee is the other one there.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last